95% of people will retire broke. And the other 5%? They all went through these exact 5 stages. That stat isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Because here's the thing. The people in that 5% aren't smarter than you. They didn't get luckier than you. They didn't come from richer families or better circumstances. They just figured out a specific sequence, a roadmap that most people never get shown. And today, Albert is breaking that roadmap down completely. These are the 5 stages of getting rich in 2026, the exact journey that separates the people who build real, lasting wealth from the ones who spend their whole lives working hard and still coming up short. I'm not just going to tell you what the stages are. I'm going to show you exactly where you are right now and exactly how to move forward. One warning before we start. Stage 3 is the one almost everybody skips. And skipping it is probably the single biggest reason most people stay stuck. So make sure you're still with me when we get there. Let's go. Stage 1. Frozen. And I don't mean frozen like you're doing nothing. I mean frozen like you're busy, working, trying, grinding, but none of it is actually moving you forward financially. Think about the average person's money life. They wake up, go to work, get a paycheck, spend most of it, save a little, scroll through social media and see someone living their dream, feel inspired for about 4 days, try something new, get distracted, and freeze right back into the same pattern. Sound familiar? Don't worry, most people live here. I'm not saying that to judge you. I'm saying it because if you're watching this right now, part of you already knows you don't want to stay here. Here's what being frozen looks like in 2026. You jump between jobs or side hustles without real commitment. You consume content about making money but never actually act on it. You tell yourself you'll start when the timing is right. You live paycheck to paycheck, not just because of money, but because of mindset. The dangerous thing about being frozen is that it feels normal. It even feels responsible. Nobody around you questions it because almost everyone around you is frozen too, and that shared stillness gets mistaken for stability. But here's the move. Recognize that you're frozen. That's it. Awareness is the beginning of everything. The moment you admit it to yourself, honestly, no excuses, you've already started to thaw. Stage 2 is where the heat starts, but it's also where people make a mistake that quietly costs them years. Let me show you exactly what that mistake is. Stage 2. Sparked. And this is the moment everything either changes or doesn't. A spark is a decision, not a thought, not a wish, not a vision board on your bedroom wall. A real, committed decision that you are done being frozen and you are taking control of your financial life starting today. Most people get sparked and immediately make the classic mistake. They try to ignite everything at once. Start a business and learn investing and get fit and fix their relationships and travel more and sleep better simultaneously. And you know what happens? The spark dies. Every goal gets a little energy and none of them catch fire. Getting rich in 2026 requires one spark aimed at one thing, one skill, one path, one direction pursued with everything you have until it becomes a flame. This is the stage where you stop being a passenger in your own financial story and become the driver. Not loud about it, not posting about it online before you've done anything, just quietly, consistently, relentlessly moving. Here's what being sparked looks like in practice. You wake up and your financial future is the first thing on your mind. You turn every spare moment into a classroom, podcasts, videos, books. You start protecting your time like it's money, because in 2026, it is. You stop caring what people think about your new habits, and you pick one thing, just one, and you go all in. The key mindset shift at this stage is taking full ownership, stopping the sentence, "I would if only," and replacing it with, "I will because I decided to." That shift sounds small. It isn't. Now we're getting into the stage that changes everything. Stage 3 is where most people waste years, sometimes an entire decade, making one specific mistake. Don't skip this. Stage 3. Fueled. And the mistake people make here is the one I promised to warn you about. Most people at this stage think they need to invent something completely original, the next billion-dollar app, the never-seen-before product, the revolutionary idea that nobody in history has ever thought of. And because they can't think of anything that groundbreaking, they wait. They research endlessly, they plan forever, and the years go by. Here's what actually works in 2026. Find someone who is already winning, study their exact path, and walk it. I call it finding a proven pathway, and right now in 2026, there are more proven pathways available to ordinary people than at any point in history. Video editing. Brands and creators are spending billions on content and desperately need skilled editors. Short-form content creation. The demand for TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts talent is through the roof. Digital products. Build once, sell forever. Freelance copywriting, web design, social media management. Every single business on the planet needs these skills right now. None of these are new ideas. That's the entire point. The fact that they're proven means someone already did the hard work, the mistakes, the pivots, the dead ends, the failures. You get to skip all of that and go straight to what works. Your Stage 3 assignment is simple. Find one person who has already built what you want. Follow them closely, study how they make money, reverse engineer their success step by step. Don't reinvent the wheel, just learn to roll it faster. All right, Stage 4 is where things get real. This is the execution phase, and I'm going to be honest with you, it gets uncomfortable here, but this is also where everything actually starts to happen. Stage 4 is called burning, and I chose that word deliberately, because this stage requires sustained heat. Not a flash, not a burst of motivation. Consistent, relentless, burning effort over time. This is where you stop planning and start doing. You launch, you offer the service, you put the product out there, you send the cold emails, you post the content, you make the thing, even when it's not perfect. Even when you're not ready, even when part of you wants to wait just a little longer. And here's the honest truth. The beginning is going to be messy. Your first client will be underpaid. Your first product will be rough. Your first piece of content will be painful to watch back. That's not a sign you're failing. That's a sign you're in it. Every person who is winning today has a collection of embarrassing early work they'd rather you never see. But here's what nobody warns you about, and this one caught a lot of people completely off guard. At Stage 4, you're going to enter what I call the lonely chapter. Stay with me here, because understanding this might be the single most valuable thing you take from this entire video. The lonely chapter is the period where you start to outgrow the people around you. Your old friends are still at Stage 1, frozen. And when you're burning, a strange distance starts to form between you and them. They don't understand why you're working on weekends. They think the hustle is a phase you'll grow out of. Some of them might even subtly discourage you, not because they're bad people, but because your drive makes them uncomfortable about their own stillness. And most people slow down here. They feel the social pressure. They want to belong again. So they quietly dial back the effort. And then they spend the rest of their lives wondering why they never quite broke through. Here's what you do instead. Find people who are building what you want to build. Seek honest, sometimes uncomfortable feedback from people who are actually qualified to give it, not the people who love you too much to tell you the hard truth. In 2026, this has never been easier. Online communities, mentorship programs, accountability groups, they exist everywhere. Use them. Let them replace the energy that the lonely chapter tries to take from you. The burning stage is where character is built. Not talent, not luck. Character. The people who push through this phase don't just get rich, they become the kind of person that staying rich requires. One stage left, and this is the one everyone thinks they already understand. Most don't. Stage 5. Unstoppable. Stage 5 is called Unstoppable, and the name isn't about arrogance, it's about momentum. Because when you reach this stage, money starts working for you instead of the other way around. The income is real, the skills have compounded, The business is running. You pushed through the frozen stage, made the real decision to get sparked, found your fuel, kept burning through the lonely chapter, and now you are seeing the results show up in your bank account in a way that used to feel impossible. But here is where Albert has to be completely straight with you, because there is a fork in the road at stage 5 that almost nobody talks about, and choosing the wrong path here can erase everything you built. On one side of the fork is being rich. On the other side is being wealthy. They are not the same thing. Being rich in 2026 looks like this. Money starts coming in and you spend it on things that look like success. The car, the watches, the trips, the designer everything, the lifestyle content. You look wealthy on the outside, but your actual net worth, your assets, your real financial security, still fragile, still one bad month away from stress. Being wealthy looks like this. Money starts coming in and you immediately put it to work. You reinvest in the skills, you grow the business, you consistently move money into index funds, stocks, and assets that grow while you sleep. You build multiple streams of income so that no single source can ever ruin you. Here is the principle that separates the truly unstoppable from the temporarily rich. And I want you to actually write this down. Assets buy luxuries. Income does not. The wealthy person buys the luxury car when their investments can pay for it. The rich person buys it with next month's paycheck. One is leverage. The other is a slow, quiet leak that eventually empties everything. In 2026, the investment landscape is more accessible than at any point in history. Index funds, ETFs, fractional shares, you can start building real generational wealth with amounts that would have seemed laughably small to previous generations. The barrier is completely gone. What remains is one thing only: discipline. So when you reach stage 5, and you will, resist the urge to perform wealth before you've actually built it. Instead, do this. Take a percentage of every single dollar earned and immediately invest it. Reinvest back into the skills and businesses generating your income. Let your assets pay for your lifestyle, not your active income. And protect the momentum you worked so hard to build. Because being unstoppable isn't about having so much money that nothing can touch you. It's about building a system so solid that even the unexpected can't knock you back to stage 1. Let's bring it all together. Stage 1, frozen, busy but going nowhere, stuck in a pattern that feels normal because everyone around you is stuck in it too. Stage 2, sparked, making the real decision, choosing one path and pursuing it with everything instead of spreading yourself across 10 things that go nowhere. Stage 3, fueled, finding a proven pathway, learning from someone who already won instead of waiting for an original idea that may never come. Stage 4, burning, executing, launching, pushing through the lonely chapter with sustained effort when everyone else quits. Stage 5, unstoppable, building real lasting wealth, investing in assets, compounding skills, and choosing wealthy over rich every single time. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The journey from frozen to unstoppable is not a mystery. It's a sequence. And now you have it. Most people watching this will nod, think that was great, and go right back to being frozen. Don't be most people. Do one thing right now. Just one. Write down which stage you're in. Write down the proven pathway you're going to pursue. Write down one action you will take in the next 24 hours. Not next week, not when the timing is right. Now. Because the version of you that is financially free 5 years from today didn't get there with a perfect plan. They got there because one day they decided to stop being frozen. And it started exactly like this. I'm Albert, and now you know why. If this added value to your life, drop a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to Albert Knows Why. See you in the next one.